Welcome to my channel! Hello kids! I'm your teacher Zell. Welcome to science class, quarter 1, week 7, day 3. Our objectives are identify the changes that happen in the materials when they are pressed or hammered, and describe how being pressed or hammered makes solid materials useful. Let us have first a short recall. Let's check your assignment. You're going to identify and draw 3 instances in their home where pressing or hammering object is applied. Making banderitas. Have you seen them before, such as during town or barangay fiesta celebrations? What are banderitas made of? How can we make banderitas out of paper? This session, you will learn answering these questions. What changes happen to objects when they are cut? Why is it helpful to cut objects? Using your dictionary, look for the word cut. Cut translate to gupit or putol. Have you heard or used these terms before at home or in school? For example, ginupit ni nanay ang buhok ni Rita. My mother cut Rita's hair. This is our activity. Activity number 3. What changes happen to objects when they are cut? Materials needed: paper, cardboard, candy wrapper, scissors, and cutter. You only have 10 minutes to do the activity. Things to remember when using sharp tools: keep your fingers away from the cutting edge. Cut away from your body. Avoid talking or playing with cutting while cutting. Instructions. Step 1. Using the scissors, cut each of the given materials. Be careful in using scissors and cutters and read the guidelines on how to properly use sharp tools to avoid cuts or injuries. Step 2. Observe what happens to each object. Step 3. Copy the table below in your notebook and record your observations. Paper, cardboard, candy wrapper. Questions. Answer the following question as a group. Which object changes or change their size? 2. Which object change shape? 3. Which objects change in texture? 4. Which object change their color? 5. From your observations, which characteristics, size, shape, textures, or color change when we cut solid objects? Solid objects can be cut. To cut means to divide an object into smaller parts. We can use sharp tools like scissors and knives to cut objects. We can use our hands to tear objects apart. Read the observation made by the groups after reading the observation for each material. Answer the table below together with the class. Processing the activity. Solid object can be cut. To cut means to divide an object into smaller parts. These are the table that you need to answer. Object in the first column. Second, the size. When the object was cut, did it change its size, shape, color, texture? Did the object become a new object? In what ways does an object usually change when it is cut? When we cut objects, their size changes. The object becomes smaller, often its shape changes too. On the other hand, the color and texture of the object does not change. Look at their objects before and after they were cut. Did the object become a new and different object after we cut them? Did the paper change into a new material after we cut it? One, slicing meat. You're going to answer what is being done in the picture. B. How does cutting make object useful? Cutting plywood with a saw. 3. Hammering a nail on the wall. Answer key for picture 1. The picture shows meat being sliced with a knife. The picture shows cutting the meat into slices makes it smaller and changes its shape. Slicing meat is useful because it makes the meat easier to cook and eat. 2. The picture shows a person sawing plywood. The picture shows cutting as sawing made the plywood become smaller and change its shapes. Cutting plywood helps us get the right size and shape needed to build things like tables, shelves, and more. Picture 3. The picture shows a nail being hammered to a wood. No, it does not show cutting. The picture shows hammering. Fill in the blanks. Today, I learned that when objects are cut, their blank and 2 changes but their blank and 4 stay the same. Cutting also does not make them into 5 blank objects. The answers are size for number 1, shape for number 2, 3 color, 4 texture, and number 5 new. Ready for the seat work? Direction. Look at the picture below. A. Identify the changes pressing or hammering. B. Done on the object in the picture. And B. Describe how the changes makes the object useful. Slicing onion. Cutting shape out of float. Answer. Picture number 1. The picture shows onion being sliced with a knife. Slicing onion make them smaller so that they can be cooked easily. Picture number 2. The picture shows cloth being cut with scissors. Cutting the cloth makes the cloth into the right sizes and shape needed to make clothes. Evaluating. What happened to a piece of paper when you cut it with scissors? A, B, C, D. 2. When you cut piece of wood, what happened to it? Choose your answer. A, B, C, D. Next, number 3. Why do we cut vegetables before cooking them? Choose your answer from A, B, C, and D. 4. How does cutting lumber would help in building a house? Choose your answer. A, B, C, D. 5. Why do tailors cut fabrics before sewing clothes? Choose your answer. A, B, C, and D. Here's the answer key. Directions. Give 3 examples of object in your home, at school, that can be cut, and describe why cutting makes this object useful. Write them in your notebook. Refer to pages 15 to 16. Thank you for listening, class. See you next time.